Hello, everyone. I finished a junk journal and I want to do a flip through of it. I did use an old book cover and I was going to do something to it, but I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. I sewed it into the cover using a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, and I will show how I sew a 5-hole pamphlet stitch in a video coming up. And that's what And I used a 5-hole pamphlet stitch because many of the pages are not full pages, they're short. And so I wanted the pages to be anchored into the book in more than one place. When you use a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, sometimes the center is the only hole that anchors the page into the signature and it wobbles a little bit. So I used 5 holes so that the pages were a little bit more secure. So just to do a quick flip through. It does not lay completely flat. It's hard to turn these front pages. I don't know if I'm going to use a book cover like this again or if I'm just going to make my own book covers. It's a little awkward, so I am not sure what I'm going to be doing there. I did use a lot of junk mail, menus, travel brochures, that kinds of thing to make these pages. So when I was making the pages, I found that I was trying to cover up a lot of what was already there, which made the pages very busy. So I'm rethinking using junk mail and such for junk journals. And the next one that I do, I think, is going to be just a little bit more simple. So this is an envelope, and I've got a journaling card in there. I did make videos showing the process, the progress of this junk journal as I was doing it, from picking out the pages, sewing the pages together, and adding things to the pages. I think it's 7 parts. And I need to find all of the parts and I will post those. I've got a lot of tip outs. A lot of tip outs. This is a calendar page. I loved the look of it just the way it was, so I didn't do anything to it. So what I've done mostly in here is collage. It's what relaxes me. It's what I have the most fun doing. There's a little bit of writing in here. There's the other side of that envelope, and it's got a printed out library card. This is a menu, so it tips out quite a bit. And here is an envelope. I just glued the cover or the flap to, I glued the flap to the page, and I put this little collage of a map in the envelope here so that I can see it through the window. I have added binder clips with little pieces of ephemera and things like that, store-bought things that I never know what to do with. They're fun to add in a book like this. So mostly it's just collage. It's just adding images that I thought were interesting in places that I thought would be good, adding writing on top of those, adding things to pockets. I do like to collage. Here's another tip out. This is also an envelope with some little bits inside. Word collage. I like this page. I like this one too. This was supposed to be an envelope. I was going to glue it back closed and put things inside the envelope. But I kind of liked the way that you could see the eye on this side and the face on that side. And so I kind of decided just to leave it the way it was. So it ended up being a page all by itself. And this one I did glue on pieces of junk mail and such just for extra tip outs and fun places to hide things, that kind of thing. Thought it would be more interesting that way. This page got to be really busy. Like I said, I was trying to cover up all of what was underneath it. So the next time I do a journal, and I have another one planned, it's going to be a little bit more simple, plain, plain, more plain pages, you know, uh, so I don't have to cover up every little bit of what was there before. And I'm going to see how that works. So I like the pages better when they're plain, kind of like this. It's more calming to me. Here is another journaling card. It's actually a brochure for a museum, I think. Just put it on there. Use a lot of washi tape again to cover up the pages that I didn't want to see, the parts of the page underneath. This was a magazine image on this brochure. It's a find the three cats, and I can't figure out where the third cat is at the moment, but there are three cats hidden in this picture somewhere. I thought it was cool, so I had to save it. So it is in there. There's another envelope. I glued the whole envelope to the page. Then glued this magazine image over that envelope. And I put a few things on the inside here. Pictures and that thing that came on the cover of the Oklahoma tourist guide. What are we supposed to do with this fun stuff? Put it in a junk journal to find when you forget that you put it there. Here's another journaling card. It was made from a brochure. I'm not sure exactly what the brochure was for, but what I did was collage a bunch of pages and stuff on the back, and then used a little bit of white paint, and then I wrote this quote from F. Scott Fitzgerald. This is what a journaling card is for. It's an extra space for extra bits. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the book. And then you just add it to the book with a paper clip or a binder clip, and it's there. This is another envelope that I glued the flap to the page, and there's a few things in there. An old maid card. It's a great place to put family photos or letters to someone or from someone. This kind of looks like my pain in the butt kitty. My pain in the butt kitty she kind of looks like that. It's one of my collage faces. Another calendar page. I just loved the looks of it, so I didn't do anything to it. And then added these quotes on a piece of scrapbook paper. I found the quotes in a magazine. And then I can add them to the page without ruining anything on the page. And I like the way the arrow looks on the bottom here. This is a plain page and almost needs some writing on it, but I kind of like the way it just looks like that. Here is a handmade envelope with a joker and some tickets inside. Should turn it around. Go. Magazine images, lots of magazine images. Some painted papers, but mostly magazine images that I like the looks of. I rescued this from the recycle bin a few years back. I really like the looks of it. I'm not sure exactly what it was for. Um, and I think I've used it all up now. Sorry. So I did write quite a few quotes and sayings on the pages in different places, and I'm not going to read them all. Um, all of these can be found on my Pinterest board, sayings and quotes, if you're interested in the kinds of things that I wrote on the pages, and I wrote in different places. Some are easier to see than others. Here is a little glassine bag with a couple of printouts of family photos, and I just copied them on copy paper so that I could collage with them really. I may put different pictures in there. I like junk journals for being able to add things like that. I think that adds interest to the pages. This came from Lala. When you go to London to see the hedges, remember the girl who wrote around the edges. I thought that was cute. Had to add that too. Here's another envelope. This one is made from a math page. And it has a family picture and a ticket from Italy inside. With a elephant clip found at Staples. I had to use the elephant clip because I thought it was cute. Here's a tip in, tip out. That I just this book page, just a little bit of washi tape. Another calendar page. It's another pocket. I thought that was cute. They don't keep you on a leash because they want you to run away. that that really made me laugh. It really made me laugh. So here is a photograph that I printed out. A pocket here from an envelope. And I've added a postcard and some tickets. I love this girl. And I like the painted page, so I didn't do anything with that. Just like the way it looks. Another envelope tip out. And I have one of my photographs with some collage on the back so that you can see it through the window. And here's a piece of calendar cover, nice heavy cardstock. And this is a tea bag cover with a picture of my great grandmother inside. She's hidden in there. And this is just a page that was supposed to be in the book, but I think it was really heavy and it was going to be a tip out, and I think it kept tearing off. So I've just added it with a binder clip because I wanted it to be there. Here's another journaling card. You don't have to journal on your journaling cards. This is just a wine label with a dictionary bit on some cardstock. And that's that shiny gold, cool stuff. I liked it just the way it was, so I left it that way. There's another envelope. Some flashcards on the inside so you can see them through the window here. And I glued an eye in the window so that when there was nothing in the envelope, you can see it looking at you. One of those little surprises. There is a little bit of sticker sheet. Tip out. Another little tag. I love that quote. So put it on the tag. Put it in there. Stamped an image on the back. This is a piece of packaging. And I still need to find just one more picture for the back because that's pretty plain. And that is it. So I will be posting the videos of the progress of this book so you can see how I chose the pages. I worked in signatures, put the signatures together and glued images to the signatures and wrote in the signatures, that kind of thing. There was a point where I had to remove some of the pages because there was just too many pages. And so you can see the progress of how this came to be the way it is. It's fun to do a junk journal. You can do anything with a junk journal. Absolutely anything. It can be a collage journal. It can be a journal that you write in, like a diary, keepsake for memories, whatever you want it to be. Or just a keepsake for collected things that you really, really like. And it ends up being pretty cool, pretty fun. All the different things that go into it. I hope you try one. They're not difficult to do. There's not a wrong way to do it. There's so many different things you can do, and they turn out fun. Thanks for watching.